had a pretty mild weekend overall. You know, we had a little bit cool down Friday, but temperatures got back into the 40s for us. And we're going to continue to stay pretty warm and nice today, but we're going to start seeing a change because overnight going into our Tuesday, we're going to see a storm system start to roll through. That's going to start bringing in plenty of snowfall and start bringing into colder temperatures as well as it pulls down a colder air mass. So it is going to begin feeling very much like winter as we head through this week. Looking here at the satellite radar, notice a little bit cloud cover over northwest Wisconsin into the UP as we have a pretty weak cold front passing on through, but it's allowing enough for just enough instability for clouds and a few showers into the upper peninsula. But outside of that, we're really going to start seeing sunshine behind that cold front. And with that warmer air mass still in place, we're going to allow those temperatures to still be into the 40s and low 50s for much of the Northland. Warmer temperatures, parts of northwest Wisconsin getting around the Twin Ports. Might stay a little bit cooler in some parts in the northwest Wisconsin if the cloud cover sticks around, but we're still going to be feeling very mild to warm for today, and it's really going to feel nice. Part of the reason is because behind that cold front, a high pressure system making its way on through, but this is going to be temporary because if you look across the U.S., you'll notice we have this system out in the Rockies, and we also have this system down to the south. Both of these are going to be important, but this one especially is going to be important as we start to go forward because this system is going to move through, and it is going to phase with that energy just to the south, and it's going to bring a pretty significant snow event here to the Northland. Let's get a closer look at this. So, as I mentioned today, we're going to probably see a good bit of sunshine for a good number of us, but though again a little bit cloudier as you go farther south. But once we get into the overnight hours, there's some showers starting to make their way through, mostly into north central Minnesota, and then we're going to start seeing it really develop as we go into the day Tuesday. And again, mostly northern Minnesota, it's going to stay snow, but we can see it's initially going to be rain for areas all the way to the UP, all the way south of Highway 2 as we go further west. But as we pull this forward a bit more, it's going to start transitioning into snow later in the day on the Tuesday. When this transition occurs will become very important to how much snowfall we do see. And then we're going to continue to see that snowfall as we go into our Wednesday. Before it really starts to clear out later in the day on Wednesday, we go from west to east. And there's a reason we have the winter storm watches in place because a lot of us can see pretty significant snow. Most of us, and not almost all of us, are going to see at least a few inches of snow. And then we're probably going to see a good portion of us see at least half a foot of snow, and once you get to areas like the UP, we're talking quite a bit more. Well, let's look at those expected snowfall totals. Again, there's a bit of variance in this, but overall what we're expecting is, again, most of us a few inches. Once you're into the Arrowhead and parts of northern Minnesota, we're starting to see, getting closer to a half a foot around there, especially in the higher elevations along the North Shore. And once you get into the UP, look at that. We're seeing those maroon and pink colors. We're talking here a foot or more. In fact, we probably could see potentially over 2 feet of snow in some places. I mean, it is going to be a hefty snowmaker for the South Shore because not only is the system going to bring a bit of snow, but it's going to bring cold northerly winds that are going to include a lake enhancement. That's going to create quite a bit of snow in those areas. And it's also going to be a bit of a breeze when we're talking about that. Look at the breeze as we get into Tuesday. It's going to be out of the northeast initially. And so we're probably going to see a bit stronger winds near Lake Superior. That's where we can see some gusts up to 30 miles per hour. For the rest of us, around 20 mile per hour gusts. Is going to continue to pick up into our Wednesday, shifting out of the north and northwest. That's where much of the Northland can be seeing gusts closer to 30 to 40 miles per hour, strongest over Lake Superior, where we can see some pretty good waves. It's a gale watch right now, but there might be a chance we see a gale warning come into play. And when it comes to the temperature, then I talk about that colder air moving in out of the north. Look at that drop off as we head through the week. We're looking at 20s for highs by the time we get into Wednesday and sticking around as we go over the following days. We get a look at that. So Wednesday, a lot of us are going to be below freezing by this point. And then by the time we get to Thanksgiving, most of us are going to be well below freezing. Most of us into the mid to even low 20s for those highs. Low temperatures are also going to be quite chilly too as we start getting up in the mornings. So we're going to have to get used to temperatures feel in the teens and even single digits. Any bit of breeze is going to make it feel even colder than that. So it is going to feel very much like winter. And overall, it's going to start staying dry once we get to Thanksgiving. Now, if you're along the South Shore, just be aware that we're going to continue to see some lake effect snow, especially in the UP, even in the Thursday. And then this weekend, even though we're going to be staying dry up to the weekend, we can see some snow this weekend as well. It depends on where the system goes because it might stay off to the south, but more snow can be on the horizon. But for now, we need to deal with the system that's coming up. So enjoy today. Really going to be a nice day before that system brings quite a bit of snow overall as we start to head Tuesday going into Wednesday. And then we're going to be a bit chillier because of that as we start to head forward.